Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. For this video, I was motivated here by Dee's from Dee's workshop. Yeah, he's a new guy, he's learning, he's building his shop, so he's always fixing things, upgrading things, eliminating problems, and so on. So it got me thinking, my shop, and I know everybody's shop, has little irritating things here and there that you just never do anything about. From a crooked something that you're tired of looking at, but you never fix it. So I've got a number of things. I've identified a few issues here, and it ranges from just kind of straightening something out that's always crooked that I never fixed, to something more complicated where I've got to make a part to make the problem go away. So for this video, I'm going to show all the things that I've gotten tired of dealing with and fixed and made the problem go away, the irritation, whatever. So I hope this video motivates somebody else, like Dee's did me, to fix things, get rid of these little irritating problems. Hope you enjoy. See you next time. This is the first irritating thing that always bothered me in the shop that I had to fix. These two binders were not labeled. The one on the left that says drawings is every single CAD drawing and hand drawing I ever made while making something, so I can open it up and refer to it. The one on the right that says standards, you'd be searching on the internet for something and I'd stumble across a table like, whoa, this is every single recommended torque setting for every size screw there is for inserts, for the mill, and there was a whole table for the mill, higher torque settings, and for the lathe, lower torque settings. So every time I stumbled across something, I'd put it in the book, but inevitably I wanted to look up a standard, and I'd go and I'd grab the wrong book. So that had to get fixed. So they're both labeled clearly now. I don't grab the wrong book. The one on the right was an older binder and looked terrible. It was kind of chewed up. So I went to Target, bought a new one. After a while, I realized, I don't want to use the belt sander, especially on wood, because all of the dust that came off of it would just go all over the shop, the machines. It was a mess. So I said, okay, that problem needs to go away. I've got a lot of plastic, so you can see back here, I machined a little piece. It pushes in all the way, doesn't move. The vacuum cleaner goes right in a hole right here. Turned it on and it works perfectly. It doesn't vacuum up or suck up all the dust, but 98% of it. So I'm finally using this belt sander again, enjoying it. So that problem is now gone and solved. All right, the next most irritating thing I had that bothered me is the saddle stop. Seems like almost every project after I made this, I need to use this thing. So originally I had just a knurled thumb screw on it. You tighten it as much as you could and it would still move. So I got real tired. I had to go over to the rollaway, get a pair of pliers so I could tighten it enough that it wouldn't move. I have to put the pliers behind me on the other bench so I could let it undo the thing when I wanted to move it out of the way or to a different position. So I said, all right, forget that. That's got to get fixed. So I made this little handle thing and then a new top piece here. This is actually the third one. I didn't like the first two ones, the angles that I had and stuff. This one still looks funny, but enough. It's done. It works. You tighten it up. And boy, it does not move for anything. So I don't need to get the pliers anymore. I know I recorded this again, the first video. It looks like this is horizontal. It's at 15 degrees. I did this at 15 on the lathe, set the compound, and then I used an angle block or whatever in the mill to set it to 15 so I could drill this hole straight, so this would be at a 15-degree angle. But that problem is now gone. I don't have to, like I said, I don't have to get the pliers anymore. I can lock it out of the way or just let it sit out of the way. Everything came out perfect. Another thing I absolutely had to make go away. It's summertime here. It's hot. The flies are in everybody's trash can. Maggots are coming out everywhere. It's ridiculous. But the mosquitoes are also incredibly active. We had, I think it was last summer, an invasion all through the city. So I'm working in the shop on something. Next thing I know, a mosquito bit me. It's giant welt. It's itching like crazy. Forget that. Buzzbug, Amazon, I think it was $36. It works. You know, I'll be working in the shop and I hear pow, 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 pow. There's a little tray on the bottom. You pull out, there's all the bodies. Great. I'll turn it on. Not much to it. It's LEDs. But I'll go to bed at night and I'll just leave it on. It draws like 3 watts or something like that. And somehow the mosquitoes will find the tiniest crack in the shop to get in. And they'll come in. And I'll find a tray full of them in the morning. So that ended that problem. I don't get bit anymore. I don't have flies zipping all around me anymore. This is a wonderful device. It works. Another, raise it a bit here. Another kind of simple problem to make go away. As you get older, you'll discover your short-term memory disappears. So I'll be out in the backyard working on an irrigation valve or something. I'll put a tool down, and the next thing you know, I'm looking for it. Like, where is it? I put it right here. And then you call your wife over. Can you find it? No. So I decided to paint it yellow. Now I put it down, and you're not looking for it. I guarantee you, if you paint a tool yellow, you won't be searching for it. So that solved this. I'll put one of these things down, the crowbar or something. It's like, oh, it's right here. Yeah, no problem. So, and of course, this is Krylon yellow matte finish. I love this stuff. Another minor thing, but it kept driving me nuts. So fix it, Dave. I love the Touch DRO and the tablet setup that I have. This is great, but this unit, which is the actual Touch DRO, was only held up with Velcro. The weight of these cables, it was always leaning forward or tilting to the side, something. So I said, enough's enough. Take everything down, take the steel plate over to the drill press, drill, tap a hole, put it all back, screw it up. It doesn't move. I used it all day today making some parts, and it's there. And I love looking up and seeing it straight. So simple little problem, but I made it go away. Alright, another problem that I really had to make go away. By the way, I love these pliers. Nylon or some high density. It says made in Japan. Love to find another pair on Amazon, but I can't find them now. If you guys find them, let me know. Put a link in the description or something. But the other problem is, I showed a video receiving and rebuilding, how to rebuild this thing. This is the coolest instrument I've got. This is way, way more stable than a regular surface gauge, so I'm always using it. Easy to dial in the height to a half a thou. But the problem is, my 1/10 inch indicator, to make it work on this, I had to custom make this little piece. It's got this square that goes in there. But when it tightens down, you know, I had to shave the actual threads here down until when it was tight, this part was absolutely, you know, flat like that, not tilted or anything. But the problem is none of the other indicators fit it. And I didn't want to keep pulling out my 1/10 inch. Because if I whack it or something, that's the expensive one. The half thou is not that expensive, and it's a Mitutoyo. So I got to put that away. So I had this little gadget here, and I don't want to take this apart, but you know, there's a ball and this little thing here with the dovetail. There's a pin and a spring that goes up there. You tighten the nut down. So, you know, you can pivot it and you can rotate it. I didn't want to destroy this one, so I built another one. So, long project. It's always, you know, the smallest projects are the longest. To make this whole piece with the ball on it, one whole day. The ball was free-handed with a button insert. And I had to custom make, because this neck goes way down in, the button insert was too big. It was going to hit this piece. So I've got a D-bit grinder, made my own little tool, went in there and finished it. So it pivots now. It's perfect. One day's work. The second day is, I didn't want to destroy this. This does not fit that. The dovetail, this one fits everything else, all my other dial test indicators, except for the one I want to use. So that's what started this. I want to be able to use that guy with this and not have to make some custom pieces. So another whole day to just basically make this, the threads, and put the hole in here, and then the smaller hole for the little brass piece that goes through it. That was another whole day. Kind of an interesting thing too, because I put this in my thread checkers and my thread savers. This is a 3/8 24 thread. It fits in all the savers. But when I made this part, I used a rethreading die, and it wouldn't go into this thing here. So I ran a threading die on it, which removed more material and made more of a point. These threads come to an absolute point at the outside diameter. These don't, even after the threading die. So I had to sand it down, and now it goes on real easy and smooth. So that was the second day's work, and today I just finished cutting the depth, you know, a slot, and then run the 60-degree dovetail in there. This guy fits it perfectly now. It's nice and easy to go on. I can tighten it up. It holds. I can stick this in there, and I can use any indicator I've got. The brown and sharp fits in there nicely. This does. The 1/10 inch. So I'm thrilled with this. Another problem gone. And interesting that one of the first problems I showed, I needed to get my old print for how to make this dovetail. So I grabbed it, and it says drawings. I grabbed the right binder, opened it up, found my drawing, and did the dovetail. Got all my cheat notes all over the place here. So I think hopefully this is the last irritating problem, and it's gone. The last problem was the table saw and the radial arm. I very rarely use because of all the sawdust that would go flying into the shop. So I usually, I've got a fan down here on the floor underneath. I put the fan up here, the door's open, the sheet's down, blows all the sawdust outside when I use them. But it was a pain because the fan, I had to drag an extension cord out and then put it away and all that. No. So the problem is solved. I put a power strip down here. Everything plugs into it now. And I've been plugging the vacuum cleaner in it mostly, which it's not here right now, but it goes here. And the extension cord is always all over the floor where I'm walking. Now the cord is over here where I'm not walking, and it's really easy now to plug the fan in. I can plug anything I want in over here. That problem is done and solved.